Good morning, Arsene. Going to Old Trafford for the first time without Sir Alex Ferguson in the dugout next to you. How strange will that be?
It will be especially with you, because in the last 17 years it was the case. Yes, it will be a bit strange.
And how important is this to Arsenal? You go there with a cushion at the top of the Premier League, 5 points clear, but it's still a very important game.
It is for us a very, very important game because we come out with two strong results against Liverpool and against Dortmund, and we want, of course, to do well again. We have assembled confidence, but we still as well, what is at stake is consistency at the top level for us, and to be capable to repeat the performances we had in our last two games is what is at stake, and that will certainly as well be very important for the future of our team.
Could you tell us about your team? Is there any changes in comparison to the squad in midweek?
Well, normally in the session this morning, Flamini will join in, Wiltshire will join in as well, so we'll see how they are after the session today.
How confident are you of their involvement?
Flamini, I'm quite confident, will be fully available. Wiltshire will see how he responds to his inflammation at the ankle.
Arsene, hello. Is Manchester United away still a benchmark fixture by which you judge your progress?
Yes, it's still one of the benchmarks of the season where you judge how strong you are, and where as well people analyze everything, your behavior, and draw conclusions after the game. It's still, of course, one of the big games where you can gain confidence and credit for your behavior.
And for your team, is it one of the last psychological barriers, if you like, that you've got to overcome, in that in recent years it's not been a very happy hunting ground, has it, Old Trafford?
In recent years, no. We had periods where we did very well at Old Trafford, and recently, yes, we have not done so well, and we can show, that's a good opportunity to show that we have improved and that we can win there. That's our target, is to go there and win the game.
What do you make of Wayne Rooney's comments saying that he doesn't take your title challenge seriously at this stage of the season because you faded before?
I think after Christmas we have been very strong every season, and for the rest the comments are the comments. Nobody knows what will happen in the future. What is important is that we trust our quality, and that we show the resilience and the hunger to achieve what we can achieve. That is the most important.
Do you still expect them to be up there come the end of the season as title rivals with you?
They can, yes, of course.
On current form, would you say that Aaron Ramsey is one of the best players in the world at the moment?
I don't like always this kind of conclusions. I think Aaron Ramsey is a very strong player, and that he plays with a lot of dedication, with a huge desire and focus to improve, and that is for me the most important. How much I rate him, I think I've shown that in the past. Even when he was hugely criticized, I always played him. That shows you how much I admire him and how much I think he's a great player.
Is there any concern about the workload that Olivier Giroud is having to get through at the moment? He's starting nearly every game. He's having a fantastic season, don't get me wrong, but he is being asked to do a lot, isn't he, at the moment?
He is, but I think he has the physical resilience to cope with that, and he has a good stamina, has a strong body, and has a great appetite for the game, certainly because he has not been recognized for a long time in his career. He's very hungry to play every game, and he can cope with it. At the moment, I don't see any sign of fatigue.
Just to ask you, is there anything in this report linking you with Javier Hernandez, or is that just because you're playing
That's
Manchester
just
United?
the normal English coincidence with the next game.
Just two more for me, if I may. Tony McCoy, great Arsenal fan, 4,000 winners yesterday. I mean, I'm not sure whether you're a big racing fan, but do you appreciate the level of sporting achievement that he's...
Honestly, don't really know what that means. It must be absolutely massive because such an achievement looks nobody has done it, and that is absolutely fantastic. I would like to publicly congratulate him, but I looked as well at the number of injuries a guy of that level has suffered during his whole career, and you must say that's absolutely unbelievable what a guy like that has gone through without losing his ambition, his hunger to win, and that deserves a huge respect for such a dedication, and I must say I admire that.
And just finally from me, Fulham Saturita has become the first player to be banned under this retrospective action, the change in the rules by the FA. Are you in favour of that?
100%.
And for what reason?
Because you wouldn't like to think that somebody can escape dangerous play just because it hasn't been seen well by the referee and misjudged by the referee. And this sacrosanct rule that once it has been judged by the referee, nobody can come back, means you could be a killer, you know, just because the referee had not the perfect angle to see what you did, and I completely support that. And the players knowing that that can happen will only improve the situation.
Arsene, what do you feel, what do you cite as being the main difference between Manchester United, led by Sir Alex Ferguson, and Manchester United, led by David Moyes? What has been the main difference?
If I had a good sense of humour, I would tell you what is the difference, but no, I think it's honestly it's too early to say what's the difference. Personally, I have not played against Man United.
But you've seen them on television, obviously.
I've seen them on television, but it's never the same to play against them. I feel you need to leave David Moyes, who has shown great competence at Everton, time to really get the grip on Man United, what he's slowly doing. You see it now in the results. And you know, when a guy has been there for 26 years and goes, it takes time for the guys who comes in. It's a very dangerous and difficult for the manager who comes in. But for me, Moyes is dealing very well with the situation.
Sir Alex will obviously be there on Sunday, and I know you've not read his book as yet, but will you be seeking him out?
I will see him, certainly, yes.
Do you think your relationship, perhaps now that he's not in charge, will be
It's
less
always
frosty?
easier, it's a bit more pacific.
But do you think your relationship will be less frosty than possibly over the years it has been now?
It will be more peaceful, you know, because we don't fight against each other, and we meet each other only at the big managers' meeting to speak about how can we improve football and not how can Manchester United beat Arsenal or how Arsenal can beat Man United. So of course it will be a bit more peaceful and more serene.
You mentioned a couple of weeks ago that you were still looking for improvement in your side. Do you feel you got that this week at Dortmund?
Yes, I felt that we have improved in some aspects of our game, the defensive urgency, the defensive focus of everybody from the first to the last minute. You couldn't feel that in the Dortmund game, that our concentration level dropped at any moment, that for the first time, from the first to the last minute, our concentration was at a very high level.
And the big talking point this week has been about the Hugo Lloris incident on Sunday. What did you make of that?
I'm for a change of rule on that, because I feel, except that England leads 1-0 in the World Cup final after 80 minutes, that you have made your 3 changes, and exactly the same situation happens to your goalkeeper. Would you then decide to take the goalkeeper off and put the right back in goal and play with 10 men? Or would you be in favour of leaving the goalkeeper on? I believe in these exceptional circumstances and down to the fact that the goalkeeper is a special position, you would allow the goalkeeper to come off and replace him by the other goalkeeper, even if you have changed your 3 players. And down to, for medical reasons, that has absolutely to be changed in our game.
Would you have taken him off yourself on Sunday?
I listen to the medical staff on that front, you know, if I take advice from head injuries or special injuries, where I take only advice from the medical, from our doctor.
And just one final point about AP McCoy. You paid tribute to him a few moments ago. Have you ever had a flutter on one of his rides?
Sorry?
Have you ever had a bet on one of his rides?
Never. I don't bet. I no time.
Arsene, in Sir Alex's book, he talks in quite a lot of detail about the conversations that you had with him over selling Robin, and that he said that he kind of talked you into it. What did he say to convince you?
Honestly, what convinced me in our talks was just his number. It was more the fact that I had the conversations I had with Robin van Persie that convinced me. It's not the talk with Alex Ferguson that convinced me to sell Robin van Persie to Man United. It's the head-to-head talks I had with Van Persie many times that convinced me that I had to sell him.
How big a factor then do you think for Robin was it to play for Sir Alex?
I think what was convincing, what was part of that is that Robin van Persie has been convinced by the Dutch coach who was at Manchester United. That played a big part in that.
Do you think then the fact, presumably Rennie moves, I mean, presumably the fact that Rennie's no longer there, Sir Alex is no longer there, do you think maybe there's any part of him that regrets that move now?
I don't know. Only Robin van Persie can tell you that. I'm not in a position to do that. I think in the end I had to decide do I do it or not, knowing that I will get huge criticism for doing it. But I just decided it because at the end of the day I felt it was the best thing to do.
Is it still strange to see him in a United shirt when he got used
Of course, it's strange because for me he's an Arsenal man. I took him when he was a very young player. We've gone together through very difficult periods, you know, and they became a world-class player. And for me, he's an Arsenal player. It does, because they have a quality individually, they have a confidence, and they are certainly complement each other well. And as I told you, because maybe the whole team focuses to help them out as well.
Arsene, after the Dortmund match, I believe you said your side is playing with more intelligence. What do you think has brought that about?
That we are more intelligent?
That you're playing with more intelligence.
Well, I think we rush less our game. We don't panic. We have a bit more confidence, and that's another good opportunity to show that on Sunday.
Ramsey said that you're going to Old Trafford with less fear and more confidence. Do you think in the past you've gone there maybe with fear and maybe lacking confidence?
A little bit, yes. You know, the confidence level is not set and certain forever. It goes up and down with the recent results of the team, and because our recent results have been stronger, the confidence level will be higher, but the commitment, the resilience will, of course, need to be very high as well.
You've spent some time with Jurgen Klopp over the last couple of weeks. Do you agree with his sentiment that Manchester United aren't getting the best out of Shinji Kagawa because of where they're playing him?
Of who?
Shinji Kagawa.
Kagawa.
Mm-hmm.
Kagawa is a central player, you know, where he's at his best. But he had a huge career at Dortmund. At the moment, he has not found his place completely at Man United. Certainly, this season will be a decisive season for him because it's the second year, and everybody accepts that your first year you can take time to settle, but the second year people expect you to get a regular starter, and so that's an important season for him. I believe he's a great player.
Just finally, Rio Ferdinand was 35 yesterday. Have we seen his best years, or has he still got a lot to come?
At 35, usually you can say you have seen the best years, but he has still, I think Rio Ferdinand has exceptional physical qualities. He still can play 2 years, I think.